Fantastic. Hey guys, can you hear us all? Yeah, loud and clear.
Hi,
Hola.
Steve. How are you going?
Hey
What's going on,
Mike,
everybody?
Gustavo. Hey Dorian. Nice to see you all. Can everyone hear us in the chat? Yeah, I think we seem to be good. Yeah. So great, guys. Welcome to the September AMA for MahaDAO, right? And this is more of a town hall update where we try to sort of give you guys an update from everyone, the entire community, and sort of to give an update on what's happening with the MahaDAO and the progress that the community and the team has done. So essentially, yeah, so it's going to be a very simple format. And this time we have with us people from our, community, Michael, Dorian, Gustavo. I will do an intro of all of them shortly, right? So it's going to be a very interactive session, and we will try to get as much as questions and feedback given to you, taken from everyone. And the other bit is, guys, we also have rewards that we're going to be giving out to you guys for participating in this AMA. So they're pretty healthy rewards that we're going to give out. Yeah. So basically, drop your questions in the chat. We'll answer them, and you guys will get Maha for asking questions and yeah, interacting with us, right? And this link will be shared right now in the chat. I think Pooja, if you can sort of share that in the chat, that would be great. And yes, we will also be putting this link in the description of the video and on the Twitter and the Telegram announcements as well. So make sure you are able to fill in and claim your rewards. Yeah. Before we jump in, I think it's one thing to say, guys, right? Like, what do you think of the market? Isn't it a really bad time?
Oh
What
yeah,
a bad market
yeah.
we are in.
Red, red.
Oh yo, saying a bad market is putting it lightly. This market is atrocious, and it's not going to get better anytime soon. But for me, I am a firm believer that in the bear market, it's time to build. So like, while things might not be going as fast as we would like, I think we're really capitalizing on this downtime to take advantage of it. So we'll put ourselves in a great position during the next bull run.
Yeah, yeah. Michael, you were saying something, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's just great to see that we're one of the few projects that are just continually building and growing. Our community's active, and we've got runway there for another 2 years while we're seeing projects around us drop out. So, we're in a strong position, and I'm looking forward to see what the next year has for us as well,
Yep.
bear market or not.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, there needs to be some good leadership. I mean, I think a lot of projects lack decent leadership and funding. So we have that. At least now that we have that, that's great. And obviously, without you guys, right, without the people, the community, the project would not be on its own
Yeah.
feet. So thank you guys for your support, and thank the community for watching and supporting the mission vision of the project, right? Awesome. So we're going to jump straight into it, guys. So this is the agenda, right? So we're going to talk a bit about our work in Venezuela, and this is something where we made a lot of progress on, and we have Gustavo here in this call. Gustavo, as you guys, just to sort of reintroduce Gustavo to the community, he is our man on the ground, the soldier of MahaDAO in Venezuela, trying to get the Earth Vision mission with people in Venezuela. He's Venezuelan, and he is very passionate about helping people. A very honest and a very hardworking man. Gustavo, such a joy to work with you. Yeah,
Thank
uh,
you.
yeah, and
I
Gustavo,
agree.
almost all of us, yeah, Gustavo is also wearing a T-shirt of MahaDAO, which he printed himself. Which is fantastic, right?
Good job.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So
I think MahaDAO comes to my life and changed it from the beginning, the last year. So I think what MahaDAO is offering, I think it's a really game changer at the moment. So I really trust in what the team, especially Steven, is doing it right now, and especially the community. And now with the bear market, what are we are trying to pull it off, because we know it's a very rough time for everybody. But I think we are doing the best of the jobs right here with all of the team. It's amazing in what we're doing. So I feel it really in my heart. This is the best work I'm doing right now at the moment.
Yeah, so absolutely. I think, we need to always think that we are doing something to change the world, right? That's sort of what we want to try and do, is do things that are so big that we are literally changing the world, right? And Gustavo, you and I have some exciting updates for the work we're doing in Venezuela, that I think some of the other protocols or projects, I'm not going to say names, right? But some of the other protocols or projects have not even achieved, right? So, with in terms of regulations and people we're speaking to and so on. So, yeah, very excited to share the work on the ground. In a bear market, we're still churning and getting things done. So, yeah, so that's Gustavo for you guys. And yeah, so we're going to get on that. Next is governance updates. Now, this is also something very exciting. Of course, Mike, yeah, is the man of the hour, Michael. And I mean, a lot of you community guys will know Michael. Very active on the chats, been there with us since like over a year and a half
Yeah.
now, more 2 years, almost 2 years. So, Michael is in Australia. I don't know what is the time right now for you, Michael. It must be like 3 a.m.
Yeah, we're just getting past 1 a.m. here, so I had an early nap, and this is my start to the day.
A lot of coffee for you.
I have
Well,
a big
thanks for
coffee
pushing
right
through,
here.
Yeah, coffee. I mean, I wish I could. Yeah, I should have like a couple of Red Bulls here. But yeah, no, Mike, thank you for joining us, right? And Mike, do you want to talk a bit about your role and yeah, and then just give a summary of what you will see in the governance side of things.
Yeah, sure. So, okay, so a lot of you are already familiar with who I am. For those who aren't, my name's Michael. I've been with MahaDAO for about 2 years now, since the get-go. Yeah, I'm the governance coordinator. Kind of got skills in psychology and sociology background, and I try to bring that to the DAO with sort of designing system structures and things like that. So what I've been sort of working on now with the team and obviously patrons and others is just improving our governance system so that, we're sort of like got the edge on everything else. We've got our gauges set up with our NFTs now. That's going to sort of give a coin-weighted voting for pools and liquidity pools. And this has a bit of a issue where whales can sort of, work against the protocol when it comes to technical proposals. So we want to sort of split them up into delegation. And this is where we've got our C1 classification for gauges and C2 classifications for technical proposals. And this just helps us sort of maintain a higher degree of security and quality with our proposals. And so that's kind of where we're at now. Anything else you want me to touch on there, Steve? The tally, right.
Yeah, so basically, we're going to touch upon tally. We're going to touch upon the the ideas of the governance and the proposals and so on, because with the governance is what makes us sort of very strong in terms of the giving utility to the MAHA token. So we're going to touch upon that with you shortly. And I think last is that we talk about the community updates. So now this is where Dorian, you're coming into the picture. Really excited to have you, Dorian.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
We did not know you were a YouTuber. You're a YouTube celebrity.
Oh, that's too much. Not even close.
I mean, I did not know that you have your own YouTube channel and where you talk about NFTs and what's going on. Honestly, it's so exciting to see that. But thank you, Dorian, for being here. Dorian is leading community and getting the community interacted with us, the core team, and you guys, everyone watching here with us today. So, yeah, do you want to say a few words, Dorian, before we jump
Yeah.
in?
Yeah, I'm super happy to be here. It's great that I finally am able to communicate with the community on, I guess, a video level. So
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome. I appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. You could be doing a million other things, but you decided to dedicate time to watch Steven and us ramble on about MAHA, and that cannot be understated. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. I'll be keeping track of them. I'll be doing my best to respond in the chat as well. But yeah, we can kick it off. I'm excited.
Yeah. Fantastic. So before we kind of jump in, I think Gustavo is having some network issues. So Pooja, can you just sync up with him and then sort of get see what's up? So what we will do? Oh, speak of the devil, he is right. He's just kind of come back. Are you?
Sorry.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yes. I have technical problems with my computer, but I'm here right now. Sorry.
Yeah, we were just gonna jump straight in. So let's do it. So basically, we start off with the Venezuelan updates, right? Gustavo, do you wanna start? Yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Steven. And this is a very good opportunity to speak about Venezuela and the updates here. We are doing a fantastic work, especially because we put a lot of efforts. As you know, Venezuela is one of the countries who really being hit by the hyperinflation, and we have a lot of issues right here in Venezuela. So we start to gather a lot of information of what's happening right here and put it on a really hard work to obtain a very good options to beat this problem with inflation for the people in Venezuela. And right now we are working with the SUNACRIP, who is the watchdog on regulatory cryptocurrencies here in Venezuela. So we are one of the few countries who are really have a regulatory compliance. Everybody has to go with. So we have a few conversations with SUNACRIP. So we are delivering all the data they're asking to work with national laws. We are complying with everything they're expecting about what are we doing here in Venezuela. So I think we are on the good steps to obtain the proper license to operate. So I think this is a very good step because, as you know, we are doing the best to create more confidence because we are working with all the necessary means to operate without any problem. And this is one of the first steps. We even create an entity here in Venezuela to work locally with of course all the MahaDAO formalities. So this is the first step. We are going very committed to the people and committed to do the things quite properly. And with this, we start with the develop of the ARC wallet, and we are right now working to offer to the people a good a nice very brand new option. This is this is very important because this is the new P2P peer-to-peer buy and sell crypto in one wallet. This is very revolutionary, especially here in Venezuela, because we don't have at the moment one digital wallet with all the functionalities we are going to show in the very close future. So one of these is the possibility to buy and sell through bolivars, which is the national currency. This is very important, especially for the people who don't have access to international currencies, especially dollars. So we are offering the opportunity to the people to buy and sell through bolivars, to buy and sell art, to buy and sell MAHA and other currencies, cryptocurrencies. So this is a major step. This is something we are doing all the best to offer the best option. And this is a very good information we are sharing with all the people, with the community. because if we can make the people in Venezuela the transactions more easily. We are working with some merchants right now. We are looking for allies here in Venezuela in merchants to do all the process through the wallet. So you can do all your process through one wallet. You don't need to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of the major milestones we are doing, and for Venezuela could be a really game changer. And I think the UI and all the presentation of the our wallet, it's amazing, it's beautiful, and I think all the people will enjoy what we are offering right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you're seeing right now is an actual. So yes, exactly. Couple of things. So first is Gustavo, is working with the regulators right now in Venezuela to sort of give, approval, because if you want to tackle the country with the highest penetration of crypto, you do need flag of just the green flag of them. And what you're seeing right now is two things. So one is, of course, Gustavo himself, and the team in Venezuela speaking with the regulators. Gustavo, what are the regulators saying about MahaDAO? Could you tell some of few words to the community what they're telling about MahaDAO?
Well, they are trying to how can I say in English? They're expecting a lot of us because we are innovators, and this is one of the most important things to bring solutions to the people. So we are entering to the part of the innovation. So we are gathering all sending all the projects to the SunaCrypt to show how we work, and this could be very good because we can work with them to present a lot of options, because this is something completely new. In one app, this is the most important thing to know. In one app, you can do all. You don't have to go to one and do another. I don't want to say names here, but this is very annoying sometimes, and we can do everything in one app, and this is very important.
Yeah. Basically, they think the app is innovative, and they would like to, they would like for us to. Is there some echo or something? I'm just gonna try and, yeah. They would like for us to sort of innovate with, what is going to happen. So they're expecting a formal proposal from us. So MahaDAO is going to give a formal proposal to the Venezuelan watchdogs, and we sort of take it from there. What you're seeing right now here, guys, is an actual peer-to-peer transaction where you can see the people sort of the users, the cashier and the user sort of communicating with each other, performing the transaction, and copying the bank details and depositing the crypto and everything. Going back to code. So basically, this is something that our team has been working on. And a couple of interesting things to note is that you can see that there's an Android. So on the right hand side is the Android app. On the left hand side is the iOS app. So it's both Android and iOS, and it's a very nice, smooth looking app, right? It looks very simple, very smooth, and it supports multiple currencies, EARTH, BUSD, USDC, BNB, ETH. Yeah. So it's a fantastic, multifaceted wallet for buying and selling of cryptos in Venezuela. So this is something, of course, the team has been working on for quite some time. So really appreciate, Gustavo, your work being done there. Really outstanding stuff. And thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you, Steven. And one last thing about the app is we are working with cashiers. So this is very important for security for the people. This is one of the game changers, because we know there is a lot of scammers right now outside, and people tend to be very nervous about with who are trying to do the transactions. So with the option of the cashiers right now here, we can provide tranquility to the people, be easy, because these cashiers are working. We look all the information about them. This is no scammers. This is people who are really trying to work as a provider of liquidity. So this is a very important thing or an aspect right here, and this is very good, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So absolutely. So I think that's something that a lot of people, that Gustavo, you yourself have been very adamant about, is that MahaDAO should sort of do the things that give people safety of their funds and security, and not and give people the trust that, hey, the app is working fine and they cannot be scammed, and and they're safe, right? So, Gustavo, you yourself have implemented a KYC process for the cashiers, right, and for the users, so that we know that when a transaction happens, that it is secure, it is going to legitimate people, and you've also set up a verification method where once a bank transaction happens, we are confirming it before we release the crypto. So all of that has been added. So thank you, Gustavo. Really, really appreciate. Yeah. Amazing stuff in Venezuela, and obviously, I can't wait for us to start becoming really big in Venezuela, and that's the ambition, right? Is to start becoming quite, start focusing on Venezuela, growing in Venezuela first, and then moving to other nations and other countries where this is inflation and lack of a stable currency is a problem, right? Uh, so yeah, that's it. Thank you, Gustavo, for that. Really appreciate it. Yeah. So now we move on to governance. So this is our Australian man, Michael. Yeah.
Howdy.
Yeah, howdy. So basically, Mike, we have quite a few things to sort of talk about. A lot has been happening in the governance side of things for Maha, and the reason why it's exciting to talk about it is because this is the first month out of the last 2 years where we have actually started to do things with governance and give utility to Maha and show the importance of the token itself. So, how do you want to do this? Do you want to talk about what do you want to talk about? What shall we talk about
Well,
first?
I'll pick it up on Tally. I kind of jumped to that a bit early before. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that's sort of like the new thing that we're using today with the proposal, which looks
Yeah.
good, mind you. There's a lot of participation there. Yeah, so this is basically the governance portal that we're using at the moment. It has quite a lot of different things on there, data points, etc. You can see on the right-hand side there, we got the registered members of the DAO. So if you want to join in on that, go to the link, join the DAO. Delegation is pretty easily done on this as well. You can just, there we go, right there. You can delegate to yourself if you want to just be voting for yourself.
Or
If you want to delegate to others, then
you can delegate
scroll
to me.
down.
Yeah, you can just go here, hit delegate, and then delegate.
Yeah,
to
you can
me.
delegate yourself. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
So, you can self-delegate and delegate to others freely, but I would stress that we have a template up on the forum currently for delegates. If you want to flick to that, Steve, I'll just quickly run through that.
Yeah. So that's over. Okay, let me just pop it open here. So
Delegates.
this delegate thing is really interesting. Mike, do you want to talk about what is a delegate and sort of what's happening?
Yeah, sure. So basically, a delegate is it's similar to a representative democracy system, where if you're not going to be active or you don't feel you have the right expertise or know how to make an informed decision on a proposal, you can delegate your MAHA X to someone else who you think is more suitable or would represent you. So just, you're familiar with representative democracy. This is kind of a similar thing, only, of course, you can retract your delegation power if you feel that the delegate is no longer representing you. So there's that option too. There's a more immediate accountability than, say, electing a politician for 4 years and being stuck with them. So it's a very good system to be able to a two-way sort of incentive, so the delegate does the right thing and we get the most out of participation from people who may be passive involved. That's basically the nuts and bolts of delegates. The delegation, that's the purpose of it is, as I sort of hinted at before and jumped the gun on, it's to sort of counteract some of the negative aspects of coin weighting. Coin voting, in a sense. I mean, delegation is technically a kind of coin-weighted vote as well, but the difference being is that people can bestow their voting power on the basis of credit and merit and expertise. You don't need to have wealth. You don't need to buy power. So this enables us to really sort of circumvent any would-be whales that may wish to act biasly with conflict of interest to self-serving, to engage in anything self-serving.
Yeah.
So this is a delegation in a sense. It's basically the next iteration of governance voting, and this is an improved system. I think, you know, it's good enough once a token supply is more distributed, and that's definitely one of our goals, is to distribute MAHA more, and of course through governance and voting and rewards. That's part of the mechanism for doing that.
Yeah.
So that was a mouthful. I'll get to this template.
Yeah.
Told you I could talk.
So talk a bit about this template. What's going on here? What's happening?
Right. Yeah. So up the top there is your tally profile. So this is me, obviously. So the tally profile there is when you connect your wallet. It's a Web3 website. When you connect your wallet and sign it and all of that, you'll get the profile link, and you can just copy and paste that to the template form. So if you just hop back there, we have got this all set up as a template when you create a new thread. So you don't have to fill all this out. You can just copy and paste. There we go. So you can just create a new thread and fill in the details here. So your profile link at the top there, then your wallet ID in the alphanumerical form. NFT ID, you can just plug in your OpenSea link. Not sure where you get that from. OpenSea, of course. Yeah, so you can do that. And then next thing we've got under that is ENS. So this is optional, but I do recommend anyone wanting to do delegation to just do it. You know, it's cheap and it's an easy way for people to identify you, etc. Identify your wallet, that is. So that's there. And underneath that, we just have a very flexible sort of section there where if you're self-nominating, you can just put in anything you want here. I mean, not anything, but, you know, basically a bit of a spiel to the public as to why they should delegate to you, or what your values are. Whatever you want to put there, that's up to you. We're keeping it flexible. Didn't really want to lean into this whole sort of CV sort of style thing that can discourage others.
Yeah.
And then underneath this, we just have a very simple delegation agreement. Very straightforward thing here. Underneath that is a registration fee. I'm keeping it small. It's not to be a price barrier or anything like that. We, could make it 1 MAHA. This is just to verify that whoever is posting on the forum here is actually the owner of the wallet. So you're not, for whatever reason, I don't expect it, but in case someone wants to delegate someone else's wallet, this checks for that.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. And under the delegation section there, once this is done, I've got my thread up, and it's an open sort of forum there that people can sort of ask me or ask delegates questions if you want to get a bit more of an insight onto my views about just everything and anything. There's that there. And if you're interested in sort of putting up a delegation thread yourself, then, that'd be great to see, and we can sort of get engaged on that.
Yeah.
So that's Tally in a nutshell. There's some extra things on Tally too that we could probably quickly brush over. So there's some contract perimeters just at the top there. I think you can click on that. So this is all changeable by governance. So we can do this through a proposal to change these parameters. Proposal threshold, if you recall, it used to be 2,500. It's now 250. This is just the minimum amount that someone needs to have in MAHA X to generate a proposal. Quorum needed, that's just a minimal threshold of the total supply. We can probably raise that. I think we should raise it. I won't get into that yet.
Yeah.
We blew it out of the water on this one. Proposal delays. So this is basically just the time delay between submitting the proposal and it going live. Voting period speaks for itself. And then there is a bit of a delay an execution delay depending on the sensitivity of the proposal.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about something low sensitivity, then 7 days perhaps. You can clarify that if you want, Steve, for the 30 days.
So let's talk a bit about the current proposal. I think now basically the main I guess the first thing that has happened in the last 2 years is that we are now live with something with a with a proposal that Maha holders, all of you guys are going to vote on. Are currently voting on. This is an active vote that is happening right now. So, Mike, do you want to talk a bit about what's happening here, basically?
This is a great proposal, if not the proposal. I've been and there should be more hype. It's a great book. This is basically the transformation of art being just a peg to $2 to actually an appreciating value coin. So arguably this is our core product, and it's the GMU is going active. It's happening. We've really simplified this down. Credits to Stephen, genius mind. He's simplified the previous GMU that we used to have with a fiat weighting gold and Bitcoin, if I recall.
Yeah.
And just to quickly brush over that, what we've sort of done here is just taken out the weighting for the fiat portion and just used the counter hedge in a fractionalized way. Gives a similar result, less dependency, less reliability. And this will be going live very soon. It looks like this vote's going to pass with ease.
I mean, this vote has passed already, and I think so. We only needed 50,000 votes, and we're at 160,000 something, right? So we already passed this. This will go live. This will, I mean, almost close. I think in the next by this week itself, right? But basically, what Mike has worked on, and of course, Mike, thank you also for helping draft this proposal and get it out. Is that we're making Earth now. We have a better mechanism for Earth to fight inflation. Now, let me share some numbers here. This, guys, is the chart of Earth peg across time. Right? You can see it starts at $2 in the month of May, June, July, but it goes from $2 to 2.06 in the span of 1 month. What is the meaning of that, right? In the span of 1 month, Ethereum did a run from, I think, 1,000 or 900 or $1,000 to $1,800, right? So this is like a 40% pump on, sorry, close to, I mean, more than 40%, 50, 60, 70% pump on ETH itself, right? So uh, when ETH and when the market was bullish for that short period of time, Earth appreciated by roughly 3%. Now, if you really look at it, 3% in 1 month is more than enough to fight inflation, which is at 9 to 10% today, right? Given different sources and so on, right? So it's a fantastic first step, and Maha token holders are voting to approve this new peg. And this is I guess, Mike, you can say the start of probably many, right? That we would.
Yeah. It's, I mean, especially since now that we've also, I'll touch on the gauges, I guess, the gauge votes and the pools. The NFT is now integrated. I mean, the NFT is just great on its own, having the MAHA X amount integrated in there. I won't digress just yet, but just the gauge votes in itself, that's going to pick up. Not only with the gratuities, bribes, whatever you want to call it, that aspect, but also launching off the start of this value coin, we got a lot of other coins to peg it with, and these communities will come to us, and we'll go to them as well. So we'll have a lot of gauge votes coming up to accept new pairs.
Yeah.
With emissions, and then also we've got a lot of proposals coming on top of that.
Yeah.
And this gauge, I'll just quickly add to, with the gauge vote, with the gauge proposal here, if you read through it, it's got a dampening factor, which is the 10%. And what this does is it's fractionalizing, or it captures 10% of the 30-day average of ETH in a bullish move. So where's it going? So basically, what was my point on this? So with the ETH on that is
yeah. So basically,
I lost my point.
Yeah, I can help you here. So basically, it's a very innovative number, 10%, which makes
That's
sure,
right,
which makes sure that we are of course appreciating Earth, but we're not screwing the people that provide liquidity, and this is a very talked upon technical point with a lot of liquidity providers for Earth.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Let's jump in. Do you want to jump into the Delhi, the what do you call the national chapters, Mike?
Yeah, this part's exciting. So with the delegate, I'll just quickly wrap up on that, guys, and quickly the 10% dampening factor, we can adjust that with a DAO vote as well.
Yeah.
I was trying to recall, still waking up, guys. So national chapters engages. This is something that is a big idea. It's sort of like a long-term vision that we've been sort of ideating on. It's more familiar than it would be not. Essentially, we can look at what Gustavo's been doing with his amazing work in Venezuela, also Anil in Turkey, and Fasaya and Taimi in Nigeria, Sebastian in Poland, Vince in Germany. We got a lot of guys working a lot in a lot of places around the world, and these national chapters is basically a kind of hybrid structure where we want to leverage compartmentalized hierarchy structures for efficiency, but we can actually still keep a control check on this by utilizing a DAO for budget management. And this is where we can sort of use or piggyback off of the gauge vote system for the pools and adapt it to national chapters, giving the community budget control for grant management to the national chapters, which can then facilitate direct community on the ground work. And I think that's what it's all about, really. I mean, seeing the sort of things happen in Venezuela with just seeing the guys eat burgers with art, that was really inspiring, really great to see. And I think that's, the next sort of phase that we want to sort of get traction on is to build up these national chapters and get sort of local mobilizations for direct, immediate impact.
Yeah. So basically, thank you, Mike, for this. So essentially, MahaDAO, the vision and mission can span many countries and nations and cultures, right? And so these chapters are basically targeting those countries, and they're led by really passionate, really smart people who are contributing to the project and ecosystem. So really appreciate all of their efforts, and thank you, Mike, for setting this up as well. So guys, feel free to join the Discord and partake in some of these chapters and contribute and see how you can participate in this mission vision to create financial liberty and stuff like that, right? So
yeah. Did you want me to touch on the leaderboard?
Yeah, where is the leaderboard? How do we okay, yeah, we do have the leaderboard. I'll just bring it up
in Discord. So
how's this? Oh, thank you, Signal. This is our boy Signal. He's done a fantastic job with this leaderboard. But yeah, go ahead, Mike, all yours.
So we've also got a sort of a breakdown on this on the forum. If you find the category there for Mahaverse, it goes into the DAO leaderboard thread there, and it'll break down the details of how this works. But essentially, if you have a MAHA NFT, 100 MAHA, lock it up. That's all you need. Go into our Discord. Collab bot is a special bot that Dorian has set up there, and it will verify your MAHA X in your wallet to your Discord account, and that will give you a new MAHA Peeps role. That role, as you can see on the side there with the people in the pink name, that gives access to that specific channel category there in Discord called Mahaverse. Inside it is a activity posts. If you want to click on that, there we go. There's quite a few already today. So these are members of the community. You guys, you know who you are, and just putting down all kinds of activities, whether it be retweeting and promotional stuff on Twitter, helping do moderation in their communities, artwork, content creation, videos, you name it. It's all getting sort of mashed up in here. And the great and beautiful thing about this is it's kind of like a DAO rewards system. All the community members vote on your activity. As you can see, we've got upvotes, and each of these upvotes translates into a point. These points is what populates the leaderboard. And then we have a budget each month for that. And the budget is just simply divided by the total points to give us a rate. Rewards get distributed to the participants every month.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in sort of getting involved in that, just, hit me up or get your NFT and process it through the collab bot on Discord and some MAHA.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the point, is that you're actually, if you want to earn some MAHA, right, I mean, if the potential of what we do and the project and mission relates to you, right? And hey, you want to earn some, some Maha for your contributions, big or small, right? This is how you do it, and you can sort of get voted on by people, our community members, and actually earn Maha tokens as rewards, right? uh, do join. The community is super friendly and super open and accepting of all people. So yeah, again, thank you, Mike, for organizing and running this show. Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure. There's
Yeah.
also some other perks in that category too. We have a following channel, so each member follows each other. We've also got a town hall for governance discussion, and we'll sort of add some more things to this as we go on. We just want to build value around the NFT and go from there. So get in while it's cheap, and we'll sort of sort out the rest. Do check out the forum for the DAO leaderboard just to sort of understand what it is, and there also is a registration page for that.
Fantastic. Yeah, and so guys, this is the amazing work being done on the governance side. You can see a lot of different pieces for Maha holders, Maha token, the Maha token itself, utility. Again, a lot of it being worked on for months, literally. But it's sort of what makes Maha different from other governance tokens and other projects out there. So really, we have to give Mike all the credit, yeah, for setting this up and working for us, yeah, for the last like nearly a year, 2 years or so. So Mike, thank you for this. Um, yeah, and it's a great step for the Maha governance, right? Yeah. So
Thanks,
so
Nick.
yeah, great. So essentially, I think we're going to jump straight to the last point, or last or second last point. I'm not too sure. Of the updates that we're going to do, and this is the DeFi lending protocol. Essentially, what we're talking about here is the next version of the MahaDAO, the next product that MahaDAO is working on. So, guys, we're going to share you a sneak peek of what this looks like, and then how it. Let me see if I can Mahaland lending, yeah, of how it sort of will look. Yeah, so let me just share my screen and give you guys an update on that. Yeah, so guys, basically, we have got mahaland.com, amazing domain. So essentially, we're calling this product, this lending protocol, Mahaland, and the whole point of it is that it should be a very simple and easy way for you to just deposit your earth tokens and earn a really simple yield from it. Now, this is a very innovative product, and it is the last piece of the puzzle in creating a stable coin or creating a currency that is has demand and is growing and is self-sustaining, right? So right now, in the piece of the puzzles, we have Earth, our value coin, which is currently under vote for a new price mechanism which will fight inflation better. Then we have the governance, which is the Maha token, which is used to sort of vote, right, and make changes and keep everything decentralized and secure. This is the third piece, guys, which is some utility, some product, something that works with the stablecoin and gives utility and value and use case to it. Now, Mahaland is what we're calling it. Not so creative in the naming. Land. Everything we do is Maha something, Maha starter, Mahaland, MahaDAO. So this is Mahaland. uh, right, and yeah, a lot of progress has been made. So this is sort of like how the platform sort of looks. There's still more work that needs to be done, but as you can see here, we have an interface where people can sort of deposit, borrow different assets, and one of them, or the most cheapest and the most lucrative, or I would not say the word lucrative, I would say the best performing asset in this lending protocol is going to be Earth, right? Now, what does that mean? It means that pretty soon the TVL, the number of holders, the use cases for Earth will start to increase, right? Because we now have something that uses it properly, right? So this is what Mahaland is all about. We, in this section, this current website, which is a prototype, it is very much in alpha stages right now. But as you can see, a lot of work has been done, right, in terms of the UI, the deposits. So let me see if I can show some of the deposit aspect of it, right? So these are the deposit screens, and so on. So you can go in here, you can deposit your tokens, earn a certain APY. These are all testnet APYs, so yeah, currently everything is in alpha. So don't go like, okay, well, oh my god, this is percent APY. It's all testnet APYs right now, right? All testing phase at the moment. But this is real. This is an actual product that is going to go live very soon, and the team is working on right now. And this is my favorite page. It's currently still work in progress, but this is like a simple one page where you just come in and you just deposit your earth, and earn a sort of yield from it. Just a simple page, deposit your earth and get interest in the form of Maha Earth and other tokens as well. So I think it's a very exciting sort of aspect for the utility of Earth. And yeah, yeah, the team is currently working on this. It's currently in the alpha stages. There are few users that are helping us test this protocol. We also have got a few partnerships already aligned with the launch of the lending protocol. So when this lending protocol launches, which is going to happen in the month of October, we will have some partnerships and liquidity and users coming in. So partnerships coming in with the lending protocol, a new product, Mahaland. Let me see also, guys, if I can show you a sneak peek of what the landing page looks like. So this is, sort of how we will present the lending protocol. We will talk about, a safe for a stable, secure, and better future with Earth, safer stable coin return, security, and yeah, and that's what it is, right? So a very fancy looking website, as you can see here, that talks about the mission vision of the Mahaland protocol. So yeah, that's what we have for the lending protocol updates. A simple and easy way for people to invest, coming soon, not too long from now. This is a very salient update, guys, for encouraging transparency. We have our Dune Analytics dashboard completed. There's a lot of data and a lot of numbers in this dashboard that you can process. So you can get information about Earth, Maha, the governance, and so on. And it gives all sorts of information and transparency about MahaDAO and what's happening here. There's a couple of very interesting things here. Now, the first interesting thing is the amount of Maha locked. This is a very exciting figure because the average lock period of Maha that is locked is roughly 2 years, which is insane. It is like, it is just really high, and really shows the commitment of a lot of the token holders that they are staking for like 2 to 4 years. So the average percentage of Maha locked is really, really high in the governance portal. And I would encourage people to continue to stake and lock their Maha, because it sort of creates sort of a better voice and a better, I guess, a stronger relationship with the project and the mission and vision of what we're trying to achieve, right? So this site, guys, gives all sorts of information about Maha and the staking, and yeah, you can do things about. You can go into analytics and see, hey, I think the percentage of Maha on exchanges has actually come down, because previously this was
Yeah,
20.
it is.
So
Yeah,
so
so
yeah, it's coming down. So this is exciting, right? Like there's less Maha on exchanges. So yeah, basically, you can see all these numbers, right? Maha on exchanges, information about governance, information about Earth, the PEG and the TVL and everything. And so yeah, so a very salient update on the Dune Analytics side of things, right? So encouraging transparency over there. All right, let's move on to the last bit, which is the community updates, right? So Dorian, over to you, my friend.
Yeah.
What do you have for us?
Yeah, I've been paying attention to the chat and also taking notes on what other questions that the community may have from some of the things you guys discussed. So we'll be kicking it back to Gustavo first. I have several questions about art in Venezuela. How are the people feeling on the ground about art? Are they like, I know in the States, a lot of people are skeptical about cryptocurrency, but are people more accepting to utilizing art and integrating into their businesses?
Yes, thank you, Dorian. Effectively, we are doing a great job through the MAHA helpers, who are guys who are working with us to promote the art and MAHA on the streets. And people are really excited about what we are trying to offer right here and right now, especially because, as you know, we have a lot of difficulties here, especially from sanctions and all this stuff, political stuff. And we are looking for options, and we are trying to offer the best and the most trustable option in the market. And I think MahaDAO is doing the best job about that. So there is a lot of expectations, and we are trying to fulfill everybody. As you know, there is a lot of users. Venezuela is the third country in the world with cryptocurrency adoptions. So we are suffering a lot of scams and a lot of these Ponzi situations, a lot of crazy things right now. And MahaDAO offers a really solid option and a really solid community. So people, there is a lot of expectations, and we are doing the best, and we are working tirelessly to bring the best at the moment.
Awesome. Yeah, your work definitely shows, man. You're like, I don't think people understand you're building a system that doesn't exist and how difficult it is to do that. It's just like there's no outline for you to follow. It's just like you gotta create this stuff as you go. So big shout out to you, dude.
Thank you. I would like to say thank you to Steven and all the devs team, because they are really hearing what is the pulse of the people and what are looking for the people, and try to merge everything in one thing. This is very important, because most of the because I've been in the crypto space from a lot of maybe 3-4 years, and this is one of these projects who really hear the people, and this is very important, because as you know, every country has different issues. For example, Venezuela has we have issues right here. Nigeria with Fisayo, there is a lot of issues right there, and in that country, in all countries, a lot of war. So we have the opportunity, and this is the best opportunity here to be heard by the team and do the best for every country. So this is spectacular.
Yeah, I agree, man. I definitely agree. Another question that I think a lot of people would like to know is, what are some of like your greatest challenges doing this? Because I know you're experiencing doing things that are different on a daily basis and trying to integrate this. But what is the most difficult part for you guys?
Well, as you know, the most difficult part is to create confidence through the people, and this is the main aspect we are working right now, especially because we are trying to be with the law. We are trying to do the best to give everything the watchdog, in this case Sunacrypt, is asking us to fulfill all this part, to obey everything the government is trying to get in the point of to be very secure to the people, to offering security. And this is the most important part, because as you know, I told you before, there is a lot of people with fear about if this is a scam, what's happening here. So we are working very hard to offering tranquility and offering solutions with all the security compliance. So this is the most challenging part, and we are doing the best.
Yeah, I believe it, man. Government regulation and bureaucracy is always a pain. So it's just like a huge shout out to you, because it's like the government, hey, they're going to make sure they get theirs. So, yeah, Gustavo, I really appreciate you taking the time to answer those questions and giving us a rundown on what's going on in Venezuela. I don't have any other questions from the chat, but if you guys have any other questions, just go ahead and drop them off at any time, and I'll circle back to Gustavo. But right now, I want to move on to Michael.
Thank you, Charter. Thank you, Charter. He worked right here. So thank you, Charter, for for everything.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so let's move on. Dorian, over to
Yeah.
you.
What you got for me? What you got for
Yeah.
me?
I'm about to grill you, man. The community's been pretty harsh on you. No, I'm just joking. So you mentioned the upcoming Arth proposal or whatnot, but can you explain, like, to the audience, how does Arth maintain its peg and appreciate against inflation like they were a 5-year-old, like a toddler? Because this can get pretty complex.
5-year-old. Well, I don't know if I can do a 5-year-old, but I'll try to explain. So to keep its peg is basically what you're talking about. So to define the peg to start with is basically a function. Post proposal accepted. It's a function of the 730-day crossovers of the TWAP that's going to find the peg, and then to keep the peg, it's basically a matter of arbitrage between. We can bots or people if they want to do it, but there's a 10% gap there with the collateral because it's over collateralized. So Arth is, I think, the only coin in the blockchain space that's over collateralized. Is that correct? I think, yeah, it's 110% collateralized. So basically when liquidations happen as well, this 10% gap is used as a profit for the people in the stability pool. If Arth price goes below the peg, then people will take out loans to mint Arth and then sell it for the profit, and then pushes it back up. So it works through arbitrage and loans, and I think, again, when we have lending coming next month, that'll probably boost more stability and keeping the peg there. So basically, it's a function of loans and collateral ratio and the TWAPs finding the peg.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I know DeFi is super complicated, but hopefully that helped out a lot of people in the audience. I mean, you can only simplify it so much because this stuff is not easy. But I think you did a great job.
There's been a learning curve for me as well. Like it's
Yeah.
it's an endless learning curve, really. Crypto.
It never stops, dude. It's like this space is constantly in development, so it's like every day something's news pops up.
This is harder than college and uni.
Easy. So earlier you mentioned about how MAHA has several national chapters. I've received people coming in the comments on Telegram asking about how they can start wanting to start a national chapter. So, and even here, it's like people have been asking. So, is there a process to start a national chapter, and how would people go about it?
Yeah, great question. I'm glad you brought that up. I'll another point that slipped my mind. So basically, we haven't really got a formalized process for it yet, but we want to keep it in the spirit of a DAO. And so in the spirit of a DAO, this means that, wherever you are in your, whatever country you're in, area, you can pretty much just, approach me or approach anyone and start to sort of like, we set up another channel, get community members, local people involved, build up a kind of smaller starting group, and then we can look at maybe formalizing this as that national chapter. Again, preferential. We would like to sort of see these people that are heading national chapters to also put themselves forward as delegates, and then if the option's there, perhaps the people within that local community can delegate to that local rep. In a way, so long term, but this is basically one way that we can approach that as well. So if you're interested in starting up a national chapter or even just a local chapter or something like that, just get in touch with the team or one of us or myself to send us a message. It's the same way we got the Turkish group started with Anil and a few others. Is just basically people just being proactive, wanting to get involved, wanting to sort of bring a better quality of life and engagement for their local community. And then just basically just jumping in, dive in, be bold, go for it.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for discussing that, man. And on to that, I know a lot of people here love to contribute to MAHA and want to earn more MAHA. And I know one of the ways to do that is through the leaderboard. Could you clarify if that leaderboard is just for holders or can anybody participate?
So at the moment, we're trying to build up a value around the NFT. Well, it's already got a ton of value, but this is just extra. It's a really low bar entry. It's 100 MAHA. I think I don't want to talk. Maybe there might be a giveaway for some of these things. Maybe might be able to give away some NFTs. So yeah, basically that's the ticket entry. So we got it on screen here. Yeah. So basically, there's a how to join tab up the top there. Anyone in the Discord can see that, and that they'll give you the instructions. So if you're not yet in our Discord, jump in the Discord. When you jump in the Discord, you'll verify the cooler role, which is basic entry, and then just under the Maha verse, you'll see how to join. Just follow the prompts. They're very straightforward and clear. I've made them idiot proof. And once you do that, once you register your collab bot and your NFT, you get access to all the other channels there, and it's just it's a very simple process of just post down the thing, post things that you're actually working on, anything at all.
Yeah. So this is going to be the exclusive. If you stake 100 Maha tokens and you have a Maha NFT, this is the exclusive place for not just contributing and earning Maha, but also where we, the team, and everyone here in this call will be hanging out, right? And so if you want that special attention and exclusivity from and connections with people in this space who are holding high amounts of Maha, right? This is the Discord is the kind of the place to be here. And it's a really nice little setup done by Dorian and Michael. Thank you guys for that. If you have your Maha staked, join this channel and then start interacting. We will follow you. We will speak to you, answer exclusively, right? Special attention given to the Discord over here. Yeah.
And we're seeing like new people participate each month. So this is the third month we've run it publicly, and then we've had a pilot in the programs before that. So this thing's been going for a couple of months now, and it's growing each month. And
my favorite is the Good Morning channel. I mean, I love the Good Morning channel. I think it's like one of the best things in the Discord at the moment. So if you guys if you guys are, even if you don't hold Maha, just come in and say good morning, and we will say good morning back to you. So yeah,
thank you so much, Michael, for taking the time to explain those things. Those are all the questions I have for you, and then I do have several for Steven. So if you don't have anything else to add, I'm gonna keep it rolling.
Yeah. Let's keep it short, and then try to conclude. Try to take some questions from the chat, and then conclude. Yeah.
Hey, Steven, this is your show. I'm just trying to help steer the boat.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so one thing, there's a lot going on in the ecosystem, a whole bunch of new developments. And for people who are coming in, they might be a little overwhelmed. Is there an updated white paper coming out that lists out everything soon?
Yeah, so agreed. The project right now, needs simplification. It needs to be easy and simple for people to understand. We know this, and we're already working towards this. So a couple of things is happening. One is a revamped website is going to come out, okay, which is with a simpler and easy to understand vision. 2, videos. We're going to have a lot of videos to explain things and show and simplify it for newcomers to understand. 3 is we're investing a lot into user experience, so that any new person that comes in or lands up on the Twitter or lands up on the YouTube or on the website knows to find his or her way around. And so this is also currently being worked upon, besides all the product updates and stuff that's happening behind the scenes, right? Long story short is that there is considerable work being done. The project is still in the early stages, but I imagine that once these simple things are set, then as we start reaching more and more people, the conversions become better and better. So we still have a few more weeks or months to go, but I don't think it's too long before newcomers don't feel overwhelmed with the stuff that's happening.
Thank you for that, Stephen. Yeah, I definitely speak, because when I first came into Maha system, I was like reading the white paper constantly, and I'm like, man, this thing is a lot. So I know that'll help out a lot of new people. I do have a couple questions about the lending platform. Will you be able to take out loans on your NFT? And also, it's like, I know you mentioned that you have some plans to, you have some people going to provide liquidity, but are there any plans to do anything to attract even more liquidity, like incentive programs?
Yeah, absolutely, right. So we have. So I was briefly in the US for this, right, and I think we basically So what we found out is that there are a couple of a lot of people interested in adding liquidity for the Earth and the Earth ETH pairs, right? And essentially, this is going to happen sometime, along with the lending protocol launch, so sort of coinciding that. Um, and then essentially, it is important. It's the first step in making the protocol liquid enough for people to enter. So we're still in the early stages, and this is the first step to kind of break out from that, right? And yeah, so this is going to happen before the lending protocol launches, so that when the lending protocol does launch, then there's enough demand and liquidity for people to enter in and exit from the ecosystem. Yeah, so uh, very rough timeline is somewhere around October for all of these things to happen.
Awesome. And then my final question about the lending protocol right now is what makes it different from Aave?
So it's different from Aave in the sense that it's very specific to the kind of collateral that gets accepted, in the lending protocol, and that's the big differentiator in the sense that today in crypto, if you wanted to uh, leverage yourself on simple assets like ETH and Bitcoin, you would go to a platform like Aave or Compound. But if you wanted to leverage your DeFi yield, like let's say your Uniswap yield or your Sushi Swap or your Curve or your Ellipsis, which is some of the partners we're working with, if you wanted to magnify the APY you're getting from these platforms, you can do it through us, through Mahaland. So it's tackling a very unique problem, providing a very unique solution from what Aave is currently offering, which is amplifying DeFi yield, and it'll work like magic. It'll be so simple and easy for people to understand. And we have a lot of marketing activities planned out and partnerships planned out to simplify and make it easy for newcomers to understand how this thing will be different and how it will work.
Thanks for that explanation, Steven. And I know we're running short on time now. We've been going for a while. So I just want to ask one final question. And do you have any alpha or upcoming information
Oh
that you want
man.
to leak out to the community?
Yeah, but I mean, some of you guys. So I mean, you guys know already some of the alphas, but obviously we cannot. We have to keep in mind the marketing as well, because obviously leaking out alpha will hamper the marketing. But I mean, we're all excited. We all know a couple of things that's going to happen. So very simple roadmap is: first step is liquidity, second step is lending protocol, third step is NFTs, right? So this is the rough roadmap of what to expect from the project in the next 1 or 2 months. And what this does is that it creates not only liquidity, it creates revenue for the project, which is fantastic. It creates awareness, so a lot of new people start to come in. So I think we're really geared for a fantastic quarter this year, even though the markets are quite bad and bearish, and I hope everyone is doing fine. But yeah, no alphas right now because we have to respect the marketing team. Otherwise, they'll come with me with a pitchfork. Uh, yeah, so
Awesome. Yeah, that's all the questions that I have. If anybody else wants to chime in on anything, I guess we can start wrapping it up, Steve.
yeah, let's just take 2 or 3 questions from the chat, right, and then sort of conclude. So let's see here. We have quite a few. Before that, let's just very quickly talk about the form. So if you guys wanna just fill in the form with your yeah, with the screenshot, that would be great. So I'm just gonna take a few questions. Uh, so this one, our next goal is to grow in liquidity. Are there any partnerships and sites to grow our liquidity? There are a few DAOs that we're going to work with, and these DAOs will not only be engaging with the governance and having governance proposals, but they will be focusing on adding liquidity as well. Besides the team and the VCs that we're also getting on board. Do you see any risks with ETH as collateral? No, there's no risks. I think ETH is number two, is the second biggest asset, and if ETH goes down, then almost all of crypto, is in for a ride. But I think ETH has enabled us to do so many other things, which still makes it a much more ideal collateral than other cryptocurrencies out there. So I think it's fine, and we should be okay. And this is something I think, Michael, you have already gone through. Could you guys explain, like a 10-year-old? So
Uh,
I think we've upgraded from a 5-year-old to a 10-year-old to explain the Earth peg. Um, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. It's mostly just arbitrage and playing off of that peg, and then the discount from the loans and liquidity pools. That's just basically works like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully that
Cool.
was 5-year-old level.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that should be it, right? So, guys, go ahead and fill in the form, and claim your rewards, right? And if anything, feel free to join our Discord, our Telegram, visit the website, follow the socials, like and subscribe this video, so that we can keep on communicating with you, right? And of course, please get your t-shirts, right? For anyone that has staked for 4 years, yeah, you get your I stake Maha for life t-shirt, right? And all these goodies that we're giving to you in a bear market. So that's it, really. Thank you all for your time. Thank you, Michael, Gustavo, Dorian, for partaking in this AMA. Yeah, it's really great to have you guys here. It gives a family touch here.
And
Thanks,
thanks,
man.
Steve, for the invite. It's been a pleasure to join and talk to the community, and happy to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Gustavo, anything from your side, or?
Well, thank you very much, Steven. This is my first AMA. This
Oh,
is my
yeah.
first time on YouTube Live. So thank you, all the team. Thank you, the community, to be here and share all these aspects. So I'm very glad to be here. Thank you.
Amazing. Cool, guys. So let's conclude. Any other questions? We will take it offline, and yeah, drop it on the comment section of this video, and we will make sure to answer them. Thank you all for your time, and have a wonderful month ahead.